Talk of record bonuses on Wall Street today as Goldman Sachs, JPMorgan Chase, and Morgan Stanley are all set to pay out almost $30 billion. Joining us now on the telephone is Paul Hodgson. He is the Senior Research Associate on Executive Comp at Corporate Library. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon.
So bonus season is upon us. Are the big banks facing a PR nightmare, in your opinion?
Yes, I think they are, and it doesn't seem to have slowed them down, however.
So you were quoted in a Bloomberg news story this morning. Wall Street is beginning to resemble Rhett Butler with an attitude of, quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. So talk about that. Where did this attitude come from, or how long has it been brewing? And it's not coming to an end anytime soon, in your view, especially given all the comp reform talk out of Washington?
Right, yes. I mean, you know, there's a generally fairly widely held acceptance that some of the compensation practices at the banks actually contributed to the financial crisis by, encouraging people to take excessive risks and being less concerned for long-term shareholder value growth than short-term earnings growth. With that in mind, the government has been fairly active in trying to police as best it can some of the excessive payments that it feels have been made to some of the bankers and some of the traders on Wall Street. And they've put in all sorts of regulations. They've appointed pay czars. There's been a lot of rhetoric about restraint being needed, but it seems to be not heeded at all by Wall Street.
Paul, might I ask, this financial crisis has been the worst since the Great Depression. A lot of people sitting around their kitchen tables trying to figure out how to make ends meet. And their question is, how is this possible? How are these huge bonuses possible in this financial climate?
Well, one of the drivers of this is potentially the fact that we have fewer investment banks out there, so that the ones that are left are actually doing more business than they ever were in the past. So, that there may be revenue increases that would normally justify the kinds of bonuses that we've seen in the past.
Right.
However, we're in a different climate now and in a different environment, and you would expect there to be some sensitivity to that in the decisions being made by HR departments and compensation committees out there.
Now, is there a strategy there, though, that the big banks have to pay, or they are paying out these big bonuses now to prevent possible regulation to cap the salary, as we've heard from the paymaster Ken Feinberg as well as the Fed?
To get out before the doors
Exactly.
are closed, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible as well. We've seen how difficult it is for Feinberg to... Yes?
Paul, I'm so sorry. We're running up against a commercial break. We apologize.